Hello, you're watching Telecom TV. I'm Martin Warwick and I'm talking with Javier Benitez, who is Senior Networks Architect, Network on Demand at Colt Technology Services. Javier, welcome. I'd like to begin with this. Start at the very basic and build up on it. What is zero-touch automation?
So zero-touch automation for us is really two things. It's one thing for our customers, where we are trying to develop services that are fully automated for them. So we want customers to have full control on their services. So that's really our key definition of automation. We want to give the full control to our customers to create their own services on demand, in real time, made of different components. And that's really our strategy, and that's really the key value that we want to get out of automation. A second component of automation also for us is how we can benefit internally in driving our own processes and delivery operations in general. But that comes second, I would say, in priority.
Colt is service provider, CSP, and you are bombarded constantly by vendors trying to sell you things and say, use our solution, it's the best. And we can debate standards and open source in a moment. But what do you think is the best thing that the vendor community could do to help you as a CSP and other CSPs on your transformation journey? This transformation journey is lengthy. It probably will never end, but the bulk of it, the main part of it, is underway at the moment. What would you like them to do to help you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I guess I'm not being original in saying we need harmonization. Especially at the orchestration layer at the moment. One of the programs that we are running that we internally call Stratus is to bring an end-to-end NFV platform. So we have developed initially connectivity on demand. That's a proposition we have launched. We have customers both for Ethernet on demand as well as SD-WAN. But the next phase is adding value-added services on top of that using NFV. And here we are struggling a little bit in terms of the orchestration component. So if I had to ask something to our vendors at the moment, is really bring harmonization of the different developments, bring harmonization between Etsy, ONAP in the open source arena, OSM, because it's hard to find at the moment something that we see being future-proof and that we can feel comfortable in deploying.
Is that because we mentioned open source briefly just then, and of course proprietary standards, is it because we're actually seeing, despite the fact that NFV is predicated on being operator choice, we want this and you will provide it to the vendors, we're seeing a lot of de facto proprietary standards emerging nonetheless. Is that part of the problem?
I don't think a de facto standard is a problem. We also don't believe that a vendor, let's say, proprietary solution is a problem by itself, but we want to have the certainty that there is an industry behind that, there is a community behind that will grow and evolve that particular platform. So it's virtually impossible not to be tied to, let's say, to a vendor or to a particular technology or particular solution. But what we want to see behind that is that there is a community, that there is consensus. That, as you said, is a de facto standard. I mean, that's valid for us.
How will automation help CSPs to provide their customers, your customers, with the best possible quality of experience?
Yeah, as I mentioned initially, for us it's fundamental to change the way we deliver services to customers. So the analogy that we make is that we want to offer them what we call cloud networking. We want to offer network as a service, network as an application. So automation is giving us the possibility to change the way we deliver services from, let's say, the traditional way that is an end-to-end product that customer buys with long terms, contracts, etc. And it's very difficult to make changes into that product, to a new world where customers build their own services by themselves. Fully automate. Obviously, you need fully automation behind the scenes. So what we want to offer is customers go to a portal or use an API, have different components, and build their own service just by choosing the different components and then building the service by themselves. And we have started to do that already, so that's how we deliver Ethernet on demand today. That's how we deliver SD-WAN. We have a way to go. I mean, this is just basic connectivity. We want to really grow and offer really other more advanced type of services on top. But that's really what we expect in terms of customer value from automation, really giving them the control to build their own services just based off of different components that we support in our platform.
Thank you. 5G, there's an enormous amount of hype around 5G at the moment. 5G is obviously a major milestone for the future and it's getting closer. How important do you think automation is going to be when it comes to preparation for real life 5G?
So we are just in a transformation in Colt. We are building a new network that we call IQNet. So we started last year. It's really a big investment. It's a 500 million euro investment for 3 years. And that platform offers two things. Offers high bandwidth and offers flexibility. So really programmability, as we were discussing SD-WAN and NFV. And those are the two things that we can offer to 5G. And that we think are going to be really required. I mean, 5G really assumes infinite capacity. It assumes also that there is virtually no latency and that you can you can deliver and segment the network on demand. So in our opinion, I mean, automation is just the core capability that is going to deliver that on top of the bandwidth capacity that is going to be required, but because that's by definition. So it's bandwidth plus full automation, full on-demand capabilities on top of that. And that is pretty well aligned to our strategy. Okay,
we looked at the plus sides, the positive sides of automation. There is perhaps another side, the obverse, the other side of the coin, which when we come to talk about automation and the operational cultural challenges that come along with that, because automation by definition would seem to predicate a loss of staff, fewer jobs, less work for people, things being taken over by robots, by AI, by machine to machine, by machine learning, whatever it may be, taking the jobs of human beings. What do you see within Colt? Do you agree with that analysis? And what do you see within Colt Technology Services that the challenges are for CSPs like yourselves when it comes to automating key functions of the network?
So the first challenge that we face is in terms of internal transformation. So we started our own transformation journey in 2015. This is when we decided that we wanted to go into this on-demand automated approach. And the first challenge is how you manage that, how you evolve from a very traditional carrier organization to one that can deliver this type of services. Just to give you an idea, at the moment, we are releasing new features and new capabilities every 2 weeks. That's unbelievable compared to what we used to do 3-4 years ago, 1 year, 18 months development. So the first challenge with automation has been how we manage that internally from a development point of view and from an operation and skills point of view. That has been really the main issue, the main problem, and I mean, still we recognize there are areas for improvement internally in that journey, especially with operations and how we manage this. The question that you were raising in terms of, I mean, how this is going to impact in terms of headcount reduction, I mean, is something that we are not facing at the moment. I mean, it's something that obviously is being discussed. But I guess the approach will be the same as in any other industry, right? Automation is nothing new at all. So it's just really putting the people to do the functionality that brings value as opposed to that other that you can automate. And obviously there is no point in having manual intervention. So I think in our industry it's going to be the same as in the rest, in other industries where automation are maybe more advanced. It will just be an evolution towards having the people deliver value in a different way.
an honest answer and an excellent interview. Javier Benitez, thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.